Yes, good morning, everyone here. I have been so encouraged, just listening to all this presentation. Yeah, but today, just would like to share with you about the impact of advanced vocational education on refugees and stateless youth in Elshaddai Centre. So Elshaddai Centre is actually a faith-based NGO. We work in partnership with UNHCR and providing a series of support, for refugees, for irregular migrants also, and also for stateless people. Children basically cannot go to school, and people who do not have the basic access to basic welfare in Malaysia. So our model is to empower communities and transforming life from 2008 to 2024. So that's 15 years. So this is the Elshaddai ecosystem that we have set up. We all know that you cannot just do one thing and then expect it to be successful, because everything is interrelated. So you cannot do one SDG and then, without in partnership with others, then it would not be sustainable. So the Elshaddai ecosystem actually provides a number of services, from education to skill training to basic healthcare, community protection, especially CPP and GBV. That means child protection and also gender-based violence, temporary shelters, social enterprises. So it's basically a few E's. The one E I have to work with Noraini is on the environment. So it's education, it's economic projects, and other things. Yeah. So this is a holistic approach to. Elshaddai believes in a holistic approach to community empowerment. So we advance SDG goals 1, 4, 5, 8, 16, 17 for this project, which is the Elshaddai Advanced Vocational Education. So our theme this time is from beneficiaries to champions. Then we see people who are empowered is able to empower others. And those who receive help, they must help others. And so we cannot build very institutional kind of education and whatever services, but then we can initiate a people help people movement. This is very intentional. That means we want to educate the people whom we have empowered to be able to empower others, to help others, and initiate a people help people movement. This is the education system in Elshaddai Centre. So it's a full-fledged sort of a education program that we have, from preschool to primary to secondary and to tertiary education. So we have two primary programs. One is 6 years normal, primary is 6 years, but one compressed 4 years, because all this group of children come to us all over age. So we have now proved after 2 batch of graduates that we proved that primary education can be completed in 4 years rather than 6 years, especially for those who are 10 years old and above. And when they come to us, illiterate, most of them are illiterate. So we do secondary IGCSE simply because we cannot do SPM. The children cannot sit for the SPM exam, so they have to start with Cambridge Primary and then to IGCSE. And to further, they can go to A-level, and if not, they drop out. Let's say if they have 6 years of education or 9 years of education, they can actually go on to the vocational training pathways to get diplomas and be complete and be equipped in that sense. So we really, I must really say we thank God for openings, especially during COVID time, because I think education take a big turn or change during COVID, and people has put a lot of things online today. And so, I think youth, refugees or stateless or whoever, they can continue their education if they have the basics online, and then they can have lifelong education and go on to empower themselves. And this is where we want to make it. This is a message that we want to send out. Actually, you can help yourself today in education. It does not really cost a lot of money. So we are very thankful that during COVID time, we had this in 2021. So we had encounter with E-Graduate College London. And so they put their programs online, and then we were able to adopt it. And because of that partnership actually Elshaddai works everything on partnership. So that's why the middle part of our ecosystem is actually partnership for sustainability. And so they were able to also sponsor a little, a portion, yeah, of whatever cost that there may be, and we take a portion, and of course our students take a portion, and to make it work, yeah. So there's a few vocational trainings that we are running now. Aircon, which is trained locally, but recognized by Training Qualifications UK, so they actually get a UK certification when they complete. So it's a level 2 professional diploma. And health and social care, we produce caregivers, which is in great demand all over the world, yeah. So this they can study from level 2 to level 5 diploma, and it's awarded by Qualify UK. And teacher education is also our own program, because we have a lot of retired teachers, so the retired teachers become trainers, and so they train teachers and recognized also again by E-Graduate College, so they get a certificate for level 4 diploma in Foundation of Teaching and Learning. And we have accounting and finance, similar, baking, done here. The baking training is done here. Accounting and finance is trained online, yeah, and IT. So we have level 2 diploma TQK for baking, and IT and IT, health and social care, they can actually go on to do a degree, top-up degree from recognized UK universities online. And so today we have students who are actually already doing the degree, but at the same time, they are also employed by E-Graduate College and start training their juniors. So this is the IT program. So it's Bachelor of Arts in Software Engineering, yeah. Other partnership and other courses that we have, partnership with Intercultural Training Australia. So it's similar. They come out with some scholarship, we come out with a little bit of fun, and of course, our beneficiaries will have to pay, but very minimal, yeah, in order to get the thing done. So we have TESOL, which means teaching English to speakers of other languages. So to also empower them to teach. And partnership with A-Star, this is a very new one, Microsoft Micro Credentials. So they get credentials from Certiport, and so Elshaddai become a Certiport authorized testing center, and so we can actually train them to know how to use softwares, and they can work online. Yeah, so some of our stories, impact story 1 is actually on the Econ. So Ali is an Afghan refugee. So he came here in year 2020. He was an unaccompanied minor. His family all died already. And so he came to Malaysia. And he found a job in Ampang, but during COVID, during the lockdown, so he committed suicide because he has no place to go to. Yeah, so he was safe and then come to the Elshaddai temporary shelter. So at that time, cannot speak English, only can speak his Hazara language. And so we had to start from the very basic, teach him English, help him to recover, help him to, after his suicide, so emotionally, so we need to do all this kind of work. So after 1 year, he sort of like get well enough mentally, emotionally, and also physically to join the Econ course, because that's the easiest for him and shortest to complete. So our Econ course is 4 months of theory, 6 months of internship, then you get a certificate. And so after that, he became a very skilled technician, yeah, before he got resettled to Canada. So that was last year he went, 2023. So he recovered and he went. So another teen story is Mustafa, also unaccompanied minor, also no family, but he came also during COVID time in trouble. And he also has no English, so we got to start also from scratch, but he didn't commit suicide. Yeah. So he's our first batch graduate. After he graduated, then we retained him, so he now is a very competent trainer. So he is actually training a Malaysian student. Yeah, and he's Oh, okay, quick. So, in fact, story 3, I have teachers today. Elshaddai Centre now, I think we have about 2,000 students. And so 50% of our 100 teachers is actually my former students because we recycle them. Yeah, so keep them. Whether they post IG or before IG they draw, whether they have 9 years education or 10 years education, we can train them to teach the lower level. So it's the lower level students that actually is increasing very fast. And so, yeah, our 9-year education teacher is teaching now. This is accelerated learning class. They look very big, but they are actually preschool. Yeah, okay. So health and social care, caregivers, so from recipient to caregivers. And so they are very easily snatched up by all the care homes because they are trained. A lot of care homes use untrained people, yeah. So, but they are trained. IT, then they train, but then they can get online jobs, yeah, and they can also train others. Like today, Certiport, so we train them, they train others. So our challenges are same lah, huh? Funding, yeah. Elshaddai is an organization, 100% beneficiaries are foreigners, so we do have a lot of limitation in fundings. Of course, their status and all that. So this we have already spoken many times. But what I'm trying to share here is that partnership makes things possible. So we can partner with each other, we partner with organizations, we partner with faith communities, and everyone else that is willing to put in their effort. And that makes the thing possible, and it works. So some suggestions, I want to finish with this. Our short-term suggestions is that let refugees and stateless people to access welfare so that, to prevent things like suicide, sexual abuse, violence, exploitations. So we also wish that there is better support, for CSO activities and programs from the government, for example. Yeah, they don't have to support everything, but can we get some support? For example, can we share classroom? Let's say morning school and afternoon, can we have CSO use the class? And something like that, yeah. Something to think about. And foster 3-dimensional collaboration between authorities, CSOs, and communities for effective solutions. Like what Noraini said, very true. Not what you think they want, is what they really want. I think that is the major thing of success. Even in offering education, it's the same. It's not what you think you offer them, it's okay, but you feel that what is it that they really want and need, because we are not them. We are very different, unless we are willing to go down. They give work rights to those with valid documents so they can contribute and also have health insurance at least, So midterm, awareness and registration campaigns, provide transitional ID for those stateless with periodic reviews, so that you don't get hang there, don't know what to do, for so many years. Yeah, and implement amnesty and repatriation program, because Noraini's state 3.3 statistic is 2020. Today is 2024. So I said, maybe you can times 2. Yeah, that's the number. Right? Okay, thank you. That's my presentation.